Hello again, everybody. I'm going to show you something that I think is really neat, and I hope you do too. I've already opened up a canvas here, and I've got a few little things on the canvas that I just drew in real quick. The top one is with a leaf spongy brush, and then the bottom one was with a palette knife. And what I'm going to show you is some brushes you're able to use media, paper, and textures to change the way the brush applies paint. And this brush, you're able to do that too, but it's not turned on. So you come up here to Dab Options and double tap it, or maybe you can single tap yours. I have to double tap this with my pen. And it says right here, Apply Dab Stencil, and you see it's not checked. So check that, and then it'll put that in, and then it also puts in the media down here, and the dab stencil here, and then you can change the source, whether it's texture or paper or flow map. Okay, so let's say, for instance, that you have some papers that you like. But so what do? Do you write them down on a piece of paper that, you pick a paper here that you really like the texture. Let's just do relief. So what do? Well, in Painter, you can save those. You can come up here to the window and go down to Media Library and then choose Looks. And you can save that texture as a look for that particular brush. And then you can recall that anytime that you want to. And the difference between that, like for instance, let's say for instance that you have a paper that you like. We've got this paper selected, and you say, okay, well, I'll just come up and I'll save a variant, and I'll just have a new variant. The thing is, when you make a new variant, it doesn't save paper and that stuff. So you can use brush looks to save the papers or textures or whatever you're doing. So how do you do that? Well, we opened up the look library, and this is some looks that come with Painter, and you can play around with those on your own. They're all pretty neat. To make a new library, you come down here to New Look Library, and then you put the name in, whatever you want it to be. I'm just going to leave it the default, and it puts it below. So there's the new library, and it already puts one in there. So I'm going to click on that so we're on that library. And it's going to change to that brush. But what I want to point out is that it changes the library. See, now we're at Painter 2015 library. So I was on Painter 2018 library. So now we need to go back to that and get to the brush I want. And I want the Leaves spongy brush. Now you notice that it didn't save. Click over here again and apply Dab Stencil, and then come up here to brush and set default variant for that brush. Now this will now be the default variant, and that should be saved now. If it's not, do it again and it will save it. So the paper that we're on, let's start with the basic paper. That is normally the paper that I start, that's just the default paper. So here's a basic paper, and we have a color, and we're going to come over here and we're going to see what that looks like. And I'm going to choose another paper that's really wild. so you can see this easily. So you can see between the two how that's changed. Now let's say that this is what we want. So we come over here to the rectangular tool and we select that. And then we need to flatten the image. You go to layers and then drop all, and see now we're on the canvas layer. And we come up and click on that, and then click on Save Look. And how I do it is Leaves Spongy. That's the name of the brush. And then I think that paper was called Etched. I'm pretty sure. And then I put paper, so I know that it's a paper and not something else. So it's Leave Spongy Etched Paper. Now, of course, you can name it however you want to remember what it is. Click OK, and it puts that in there. Now that that's in there, we can get rid of this one if you don't want it, which I personally wouldn't want that in there because it's not one of what I'm doing. So we delete that look. And there is our one new brush. Now, I want to show you another one. So on this canvas, we want to undo what we just did to the canvas. See, now we have our layers back. I'm going to show you another example using the palette knife, the detail palette knife. And let's pick a blue color. So we could use this again. Let me change it though to the basic first, just so we're doing it the same way. And now we're just going to put some highlights on there. And we don't, oh, see why I still have a selection there? Okay. We have to get rid of that selection. So there's that. Now we go back to our brush. And now we can do a highlight. Okay, so that shows that one. And I'll just pick the same thing again. Let's pick the same thing. And there's what it looks like. It's different. If you come down here, you can see what that one looks like. And there's that one. But see, that really doesn't tell me enough information. This tells me what's going on. You want to use the brush the way you're going to be using it and then capture that dab. So let's pick that paper again, and then we'll do the rectangular tool, and we'll pick that, and we'll flatten it. Okay, so now we're just on the canvas layer, and we come up here again and Save Look, and that is I'm not going to use all of that. That's mountain detail. Etched paper. And then click OK, and then there's that. Let's go back to this brush now and see there's the paper that we selected, and it's all there. Excuse me. Now you can save flow map and you can save textures. The next thing I wanted to tell you was you can toggle the papers panel. So this is what that paper looks like, even though you're seeing just a little bit of it. You can change the size of the paper. You can rotate it. You can change the contrast and the brightness. And all of that is going to affect what you get. And so you can have a tremendous amount of fun with this, and you can have you can spend a tremendous amount of time going through each one of those. It's really I like to look at each one of these and like the nubby laid paper there, and say, well, I'll try to figure out in my head what that's going to look like, and then try it. And then, of course, I'm always wrong. But so, one other thing I wanted to show you while we're doing this is you don't have to have, you've got these brush looks. Oh, one thing that you want to probably do is export that look after you've got some brushes built, or even after you've got one brush built. Export it, put it on your hard drive someplace, and then if something happens, you can import that back and you'll have all of your stuff. There we go. Okay, I'm holding the shift down and I drug that off, and I'm still holding the shift down as I release it with my pen. And now we have a custom palette. Hold the shift down, drag that off, and it's not working again. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. I guess I didn't grab it right. So now you have a custom palette. You don't have to have that open. You can put stuff on your custom palette, and small icon. Now the custom palettes are up here on Window, and down here Custom Palette, and then Organizer. And we're on Custom 1. You can rename that. Okay. I hope I explained this all well enough for you. If I haven't, let me know, and I'll go back over it again, or redo it, or whatever I need to do to make sure everybody understands what I'm trying to convey. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for buying the brush set. Let everybody know, please. Oh, go to my YouTube channel. Look at me on YouTube. I have paintings on there and additional tips. I'm probably going to put this tip on YouTube. Okay, thank you. Bye.